The old saying is true. There really are plenty of fish in the sea, especially if you know where to look. But to find and catch them consistently, that can take years, decades, even generations. Enter Captain Josh Sauls. He's been in the fishing business here since before he could walk.
I've lived here my entire life. My family's been here since the 1890s, early 1900s. We've been fishing the Gulf of Mexico for over 100 years. Growing up, that was always something that was very important to me. There's no other place like this in the world. But whatever's here, I got one on.
Look right here, blown
that
up.
one felt like he was big, and then he pulled that one up.
I just had to one-up you. You know what they say, the heavier the weight, the dumber the mate.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that!
Chasin the Sun is brought to you by Holiday Inn Resort, Panama City Beach. HUMMINBIRD, simply, clearly better. Dulce Vida Tequila. GRUNDENS, we are fishing. And by Pirates Cove Marina, you enjoy the Gulf, we'll take care of the rest. I think it's important to take a moment and appreciate that this is a mid-December fishing trip. The joys of Florida fishing.
All right, here with Josh Sauls, a good buddy of mine, charter fishes out here. He does a little different stuff than what we normally do, you know. We usually take the little boats, beach, bay fishing, inshore stuff. Josh, you specialize in something a little different, right?
And stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna fish a little further offshore than you guys normally do today. We're gonna probably, first stop's gonna be over 40 miles. Try and catch a couple of grouper. We'll probably catch some red snapper and throw them back. And
We got Travis over here. He's gonna do the heavy lifting for us and show us how to catch something big today.
it's a good time of year too, you know. A lot of people don't think of Panama City in the winter time, and we can do it. If we can get the weather, we can go, and it's a lot of fun.
I love seeing what's coming from the bottom because it's a mystery every time.
So, you know, we plan on running a little further, try to do some real long range offshore. And by long range, I mean 40, 50 miles offshore, hit that 200, 250 foot of water.
You know what's interesting about the Gulf?
What's that?
It could be like 5 miles an hour worth of wind over here today,
Yeah.
and we're getting waves from yesterday 500 miles away.
But just because the wind lets up doesn't mean the swell just immediately dies.
We went through the pass, and I looked up and was like, yeah, we're not making the ride we want to today.
Yeah.
Stop it short.
Stop it short, and the good news is we got fish there too. Why not?
Why not?
Snapper. Our little jet.
As soon as we get on the spot, I haven't even stopped the boat yet, and I look back there and Justin's already got one in the water.
We ain't even started fishing yet. Pretty old snapper there.
That is a pretty fish.
On the jig. There we go. Get him back in quick so he'll swim off.
You get just a little bit further than the rest of everybody else, and it's so much better. So what is that? Burning dinosaurs and make smiles.
See, there you go. We can't get skunked now.
Smiles per gallon.
Smiles per gallon. I like that. Smiles per gallon.
It's always the great mystery. The bottom finder clearly says fish here.
Yeah.
Bada bing. Fishing.
Yeah.
So, you know, when the boat stops, the camera guy's always like, wait. We're like,
I mean, they
no,
got to
no,
set up and get ready. We're like,
We're just gonna check and see what's here.
hey, you know we're excited because Josh hadn't even got us really set up to fish yet. He's trying to get everything ready. Me and Travis are already firing down. There's a lot of fish down
That's why
there.
I saw that and was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm in.
Josh, do you notice there's a mix on a lot of these spots, or is it pretty much all of one species?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll pull up right here and we'll catch snappers, beeline.
But whatever's here, I got one on.
Justin, did you get a bite?
If that was a beeliner, it'd be the biggest beeliner I've ever seen. I don't
Look
think
right here, blown up.
I got bit quick. As soon as I touched down, I got slammed. If this is a beeliner, Josh, you might talk me into fishing out here more often. Because that's a tug. And it's heavy.
Beeliner.
It's a red snapper. Yeah. Ooh, it's a pretty red snapper though. Look at that. Golly, what a pretty red snapper.
Pretty little guy, we'll put him back.
We're gonna try to get these guys right back in the water, because what'll happen, if you don't get them back in quick, that barotrauma won't let them go down. See, that guy swam right back down. So that's what we're gonna try to do, get him back in quick.
Coming up on Chasing the Sun.
You can probably just hit the bottom and start turning the handle.
I'm telling you, this guy feels right. Let's go. Let's go. That is what I call a beeliner.
The action heats up, and Travis gets in the game. The plan for today was to head to deeper water, about 50 miles off the coast, for grouper. But when it started to get rougher than forecasted, the guys decided to stop short and try a different spot.
You can probably just hit the bottom and start turning the handle. Mine feels snapper-esque.
Don't get big on me. Oh, that's perfect. If it's a beeliner, I think it is. It's gonna be of the jumbo size. It's the perfect fight.
No problems here. Captain Josh has plenty of backup plans.
Oh gosh, it's gotta be him. You got one?
Look at that.
What, you got a red one?
Yeah.
I already have my gear set up for this style of fishing because it's really something that I do pretty often.
I'm telling you, this guy feels right. Let's go.
This is just a little different because instead of fishing 70, 80 feet of water,
It's him. Whew, they're big too. Look at that guy.
even though we stopped short, we're still in 150 foot of water. So really you've doubled your water column.
That is what I call a beeliner.
That is a beeliner for sure.
Fish on.
Let me tell you something. You talk about fun to catch and even more fun to eat. That's our guy right there. And you know what? Where there's one, there's many.
I don't feel huge.
Trigger. Whenever you get up, I'm gonna turn around real quick.
So the area we're fishing in is a lot of small pieces of live bottom right here.
You going for bait?
Yeah, I'm gonna just give me a
Grab me a piece while you're up there, old police sir.
They might be 50, 100 feet apart. So what we ended up doing, instead of trying to hold up on one side of it, we moved around and kind of drifted over the top of it until we found exactly where the larger beeliners were on the reef, because they'll move back and forth. We found the north side was probably the best.
You like it?
Oh, the drop, the drop, the drop.
When Josh says go ahead, you better get that thing going, because that means you're on them. Fishing doesn't always have to be a patient sport either. You literally, when you hit the bottom here, you can pretty much click it in gear and start reeling. You got a fish on.
Oh, nibble, nibble, nibble. I think I got robbed.
Oh, fish on. Just
I
like
did
that.
get robbed.
It's another big vermilion snapper, or beeliner, or mingo snapper, call it whatever you want, same fish.
You ain't the only one knows how to catch them.
You sneaking one up?
I'm sneaking him up over here. I'm handicapped, I'm driving too.
That's true, that's true. And that's a nice class of fish right there, look at that. Oh, you talk about tasty, talk about some meat fishing.
Ooh, you got to fry it in that grease.
Oh, baby, you might have me beat on that one. This is not something we release. We release these right on top of a grill.
Don't get any prettier than that. That's a beautiful fish.
Vermilion are a 10-10 fish, right?
That's right. You know,
10 inches, 10 per person.
Yeah, which 10 inches sounds small, but honestly, when we're fishing in close in here where I fish a lot, 70, 80 feet of water, most of the ones we catch are only like 10 to 12 inches.
And they're open 365 days a year. There we go, T-Money's in on the action.
Y'all see I'm over here in the shade?
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, come on.
So Josh, do you know why they call it a beeliner?
They've got so many slang names for them, you know?
So you'll hear us call them 20 different names. It's because they got 20 different names. Vermilion snapper is correct. Well, you can call them whatever you want.
That is an ocean liner.
Oh, ocean liner, that's another one. Look at that.
Holy smoke. All right, Travis, you're leading the pack as far as the mingo.
That's all right, I got him right here.
I
You got me
don't know.
right there.
You gotta be kidding me.
The mingo,
Hey,
ocean liner.
you know, a lot of people
beeliner?
do a lot of this deep water snapper fishing for like queens and stuff, goggle eye snappers.
That's a stud.
I don't know
right
that
there.
you'll find them bigger than those, are
I
they?
don't think so.
That's a
Look at
beautiful
giant.
fish.
I mean, that one felt like it was big, and then he pulled that one up.
I just had to one up you. They don't get a whole lot bigger than that, man. That's
It's a real
a
deal.
football. That's a baseball bat there.
Know what I like about wintertime fishing?
It's not hot.
Not breaking a sweat, that's for sure.
That's a true story.
And I would say, you know, hey, come out here in the wintertime, there's no traffic out here, but in reality, do y'all see much traffic out here throughout the year?
In the beginning of June, everybody's all amped up about snapper season. You know, I like it around August.
Dropping?
Yeah, go ahead, we're there.
That is so great. Still crazy. As soon as it hits the bottom, just instantly hooked up. Unless it's a big beeliner. Oh, son.
You got another one of them
That
things?
is an ocean liner for sure.
You're
liner.
killing me.
Look at there.
You're killing me.
This is a reef out here that is, I mean, pretty top secret. The charter fleet around here protects those readings, those coordinates to those private reefs. We call it a private reef. I mean, it's just natural limestone bottom, but it's something that they found or his dad or grandfather found, you know, years ago.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
that's not a
Come on.
vermilion. If he is, he's a super.
That ain't a vermilion sniper.
And they keep it secret, but for that reason, because it's got great fish on it.
That's a red snapper. So the reason I've been trying to dump these red snappers back in the water quickly is because they experience barotrauma, which means their swim bladder expands and actually pushes their stomach out of their mouth. But my man Josh right here has a tool that is designed to take this fish back down to depth where it'll recompress all that. Somehow it's gonna release the fish where he can swim off.
We're fishing 150 foot of water, so we're gonna set it to turn him loose at 100 feet.
Clip that in.
Hook him real good. Doing this quick so we can get him in the water as fast as possible. We're gonna snap this on here. 3-pound weight. Whenever it gets to 100 foot,
I'll hold you right here.
whenever you're ready,
All right, let's go.
it'll turn him loose.
Hey, you know that feels good to that fish right there.
While we're taking our break, I'm gonna go ahead and put these fish on ice.
Oh, dinner goes
1,
in.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yo, yo. I love this. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Y'all baited up and ready?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I started with 2 ounces of lead. Josh is running like 10.
I put a little more lead on mine so we don't get together anymore.
I know, 10, 12
He's
ounces.
going straight down, and because we're fishing side by side, he's going straight down and mine's going with the current.
That's better. New lead, firing down, straight down. I'm not off in Josh's mess.
You know what they say, the heavier the weight, the dumber the mate.
Oh, heavier the weight, the dumber the mate. I like it. Ooh, look at that big boy.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Well, y'all ever seen sharks swimming around and they got all these little fish stuck to their side? That's him, the remora. See that suction cup on his head? That's what sticks on the side of sharks. He just hangs out, rides around with them. Shark eats something, he gets the little pieces left over. Of course, they also swim up, hang on the side of the boat, and eat our bait.
There he is.
Y'all both hooked up at the exact same time.
All right, Travis, who's bigger?
Well, since I can't see your bend,
Ooh.
I don't feel like I've got the right species.
I think it's a vermilion, but he's taking
Pulling hard.
some dives. If I pull off a couple more, I might like to
I
drag him.
might
back
have
here
a
'cause
vermilion. He's not.
I got her locked down, and when they really take a hard dig like that,
Yep.
And don't be scared to give him a little bit.
I got a vermilion.
He's got a pretty vermilion.
Well, they're related, I'm sure.
I don't know if I want to, but I think we're gonna have to.
You got me.
Do I? I don't know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be close.
Yeah.
You got me.
It's gonna be.
Yep, you got me. Whew. So this one's not
That's
quite-
like all the ones I've been catching. This is like the ones Josh and Travis have been catching. I can say this is the biggest class of beeliner I've ever seen.
They're definitely here.
For Justin and Travis, this is like a vacation. But isn't Travis always on vacation?
The less I do, the more I hook.
The old fish, get the lead, put the lead in your pocket.
This is a beeliner. Y'all better get gray taxidermy on the line. I think it's triggerfish. Holy, oh, it's a red, it's a snapper.
He's on there. Uh-oh, whatever it is. You light dragging over here. Big old red snapper.
There you go. You got him now, be easy, be easy. If you have to back that drag off a little bit, do it. Boy, don't nothing in the world make me happier than that right there. Good strong bite like that, it might be a nice snapper.
Big and well. That's a grande.
That'll do, huh?
Oh, sir. No, go ahead. By all means.
Boy, that's a pretty fish.
The funny thing is, for some reason, we're actually like trying not to catch red snappers.
Well, it's not season, but they're everywhere.
Beautiful fish. Monster. Not season, eh?
No, unfortunately, we got to throw him back. We come back and catch him in June, though.
But because of that short season, I mean, they're just, I mean, they're everywhere.
They all look big to me, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, ooh, that's a big one.
We start riding back in and Josh sees something on there.
Little Christmas tree, we like to call them.
Yeah, and it did, man. I saw it on the machine too. I thought, all right, that's something you probably want to stop and check out. That's what's going on right there.
Chasin the Sun has been brought to you by Minn Kota. Half-hitch tackle. Get out there. Fish Monkey Performance Fishing Gloves. Panama City Inshore. These guys can fish. And by Visit Panama City Beach. Real fun beach.
My family's been here since the 1890s, early 1900s. We've been fishing the Gulf of Mexico for over 100 years. Growing up, that was always something that was very important to me.
So I grew up fishing in Panama City. My dad obviously started me. My great Uncle Cleve started him, and it goes a lot further than that. But it's not just my family. There's several families that have been here for generations. As long as I can remember, man, people are making a living out here. They're charter fishing, they're commercial fishing. It's just a really great thing to know that you can provide for your family.
And with the birth of my son lately, I wanted to give something to him that he could carry on just like I have. So we started Heritage Excursions. This is more than just a fishing trip to me. This is something I want to share with you. It's something that my dad shared with me, my great Uncle Cleve, and it's been the most precious gift that anyone's ever given me. We're not here just to go and kill them all and fill the box. I want you to have an experience, go home. I want you talking about the experience that you had with your friends and family until the next time you get to come and do it again. I mean, this is paradise. It doesn't get any better than this.
Good job, Justin.
Some kind of grouper?
Go put it in gear.
Little red grouper. He's not a giant, but it's the first grouper. Red grouper.
So I was pretty excited that, you know, I mean, we did everything we wanted to do. We caught some good food fish. We got to catch and release some big snappers and stuff like that. You know, and this was on a day that was rough and we had to stop short.
We made it 25 of 48 miles, and I think that was enough.
Yeah. Get everything put up and we start riding home. And this is how people like Josh are always, you know, always have a new spot, somewhere to stop. They got plenty of places to fish is because they watch that sonar. We start riding back in and Josh sees something on there.
Little Christmas tree, we like to call them.
Yeah, and it did, man. I saw it on the machine too. I thought, all right, that's something you probably want to stop and check out.
Easy with him now. He's caught. Oh, he's taking drag.
Hey, I'm on the bottom.
Boat turns around, out comes the rods, you know. Just
So it goes from one rod that's gonna just check it out, see what's there, and then of course you catch something, and as soon as somebody catches something, again, kids in a candy store, every rod going down.
always big old snappers.
The only question is it gag or red? Gag or red? It's a gag.
Oh, big old pretty gag. Look at that.
Nice.
Again, kids in a candy store, every rod going down. The camera crew's trying to get cameras out to film us. All they got is a GoPro.
It's going way too fast.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. And these guys got to be 24 inches. We ain't got to measure him. So that's a pretty grouper right there. And that was our target species. We were going to go ride 20 more miles to catch, and we caught him on the way in.
Let me show you guys how to do this.
All day, mate. Oh my God. Yeah.
And we're not waiting around, because you see somebody else's rod fin, my first reaction is, okay, now I gotta get a rod in the water, you gotta get a rod in the water, and before you know it, it's a full-on frenzy again.
Got to stay on it. So, you know, think about little spots, new spots, a fresh spot, maybe never even been hit before by anybody. It's quite possible out there.
There's a red grouper for the box. These guys open right now?
Yeah.
All right. But you know, really, like, that's winning twice, because we get to catch our target species on the way in, and then Josh has a new spot.
You get a little clover nugget.
Even named it after me.
He did.
Once again, Plan A was adjusted by Mother Nature to become Plan B, and that turns out to be the best plan of the day.